What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And as many of you probably already know, it has been recently reported that Derrick Rose stepped away from the Cavaliers team and is reevaluating his career in the NBA. You're probably wondering how the youngest MVP went from being on top of the world to possibly retiring at the age of 29 years old. Well, Derrick Rose continues to sustain injury after injury after injury. It first started off with his ACL. Shortly after his long-awaited return, he tore his meniscus. After that year, he tore his meniscus 2 more times in 2 separate seasons. Finally, he sprained his ankle earlier this season while playing for the Cavs. While these injuries are bad enough to deal with, Rose constantly receives hate and jokes about his durability. Instead of only dealing with physical pain, he is always reminded from some terrible fans that he will always get hurt, which is causing mental stress. Personally, this is some bullshit, as so many players get hurt in the NBA, but people seem to always attack and target Derrick Rose just because they think it's funny. Well, why don't people talk about how Derrick Rose played 181 games out of 246 from the 2014 to 2017 seasons, while Kevin Durant only played 161 and Blake Griffin only played 163 games, but you never hear people slander their names. People wrongfully make fun of Derrick Rose over the internet because they feel the need to feel accepted by others. This tweet is a perfect response to these haters, and I'm just gonna go ahead and read it. Derrick Rose made it out of one of the most hopeless pockets of violence in this country with his family intact, a beautiful son, fantastic memories, an MVP, and over $100 million in his pocket. And what do you have? 1 like on your lame D Rose meme? Hold that L. Guys, I couldn't have said it better than that. Alright, now that I'm done talking about the haters, I want to move on to the point of this video, which is basically a video letter to Derrick Rose. Regardless if he sees this or not, I really wanted to get this video out. If you didn't already know, Derrick Rose is my favorite player of all time in the NBA. He's literally the reason why I got into the NBA and started watching. I would sometimes watch games on TV when my brother would turn it on, but it was Derrick Rose in 2009 that really sparked my interest. I remember him crossing people over and slamming it down. He had me on the edge of my seat every time he stepped foot on that court, and he still does nowadays. So I want to thank Derrick Rose for sparking my interest in basketball. I want to thank him for all the years in Chicago where he came out every night and poured his blood, sweat, and tears on the court. To return the thank you, we need to let Derrick Rose know that he can still ball up. He is still the same Derrick Rose who hit the game-winning floater on the Lakers during Christmas Day. The same Derrick Rose who hit the buzzer beater on the Bucks. The same Derrick Rose who flew over Goran Dragic. The same Derrick Rose who hit a buzzer beater 3-pointer on the Cavs in the 2014 playoffs. I believe Derrick Rose is still an effective and efficient player for any NBA team. I watched about 75% of Knicks games last season because I am a Rose fan and I live near New York, so it worked out pretty well with my cable provider. And Derrick Rose had a really good season. Rose played in 66 games, averaging 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists with his lowest usage PER since his rookie season. This proves Derrick Rose can still be a top 5 player on any team he decides to play on. People who say he had a bad season obviously did not watch the games. This is why I think Derrick Rose needs to stay in the NBA with the Cleveland Cavaliers, because he could be a very deadly weapon during the finals. With Isaiah Thomas making his return very soon, Rose will not have to carry the load for the point guard position. All he has to do is come off the bench and show them why he is still a great player in the NBA. As for his injuries, I think Derrick Rose plays way too reckless and he needs to learn how to slow down and play in a safer way. He needs to land better. That is probably his biggest issue. I think if he does learn how to do that, this could be an easy solution to his injury issue. Obviously, it isn't as simple as that, but hopefully films and experts can help show him what he's doing wrong, and hopefully he can do it the right way. Maybe even develop a better shot, because shooting threes is a great way to have a long, healthy career. There are many ways to avoid any more injuries in the future, and Rose must explore his options. Ultimately, I think Derrick Rose should stay in the NBA and continue to fight this battle. The hardest battles are given to the toughest warriors. I believe Rose can overcome this, but I also want to say that if Rose wants to retire, I will fully understand and support his decision. I won't be here to make fun of him nor hate on him for leaving. I will be here rooting for him on whatever he does in the future. I prefer Derrick Rose's happiness over anything else. So whichever you choose, thank you, Derrick Rose.